It's arguably the most popular fashion brand in Ghana at the moment. I'm in my Gigi wear here at Wear Ghana to meet the ladies behind this brand. Come with me. Irabna Jiman and Anwoko Naikwade are co-founders of what is arguably Ghana's most popular fashion brand. It started 5 years ago when the two best friends decided to follow what they were really in love with, making clothing.
I was a banker. KK was in the telco industry. At some point, she left her job, went to fashion school, and I had also started making clothes for my colleagues and friends, and had really fallen in love with this thing. And so for me, I had gone to an interview with a bigger bank, got in the job. It was going to be a lot of money, and realized that I was still not very happy on the inside. And so I realized that, okay, banking wasn't the thing for me. So on November 15th, 2013, we came together and launched.
November, that makes it
5.
years.
We turned 5 last Thursday. Thank you.
They didn't exactly have a plan, but were determined to build a global brand. So when they launched on 15 November 2013, they knew they were in for a ride. After making bespoke outfits for a while, and to mark their first anniversary, Irabna and Anwoko were looking for something else that would enable them scale. That inspired the new design, Gigi.
The original design was from her. It came from where? Exactly.
We were broke. We were very, very broke, and we're trying to put together this event. And so we had very little money for fabric, and we had to put things together. And yet, still in that space, we were thinking
it has to be creative.
This has to be a creative thing.
That was just the breakthrough the entrepreneurs needed. The craze for their first retail collection, Gigi, spread like wildfire, if you like. Smart casual, multifunctional, the beautifully designed fabric with a fusion of African print is worn by both men and women. All these produced from home. What's remarkable is that Wear Ghana has employed only women. The co-founders say they want to use fashion as a tool to level the playing field when it comes to employment for women. Now, let's talk about the 5-year journey.
In the beginning, things like, why are employees leaving?
Yeah.
And then you come to realize, because you've been employing wrong, because you've not been employing people who believe in your why. And then you get to points where, well, you're cash-strapped.
Yeah.
Or that the revenue targets that you had set, you hadn't hit. All sorts of things. Or that this one customer that we can't please.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or this one design that wasn't working, especially when we're doing the bespoke.
It was all over the place.
So yeah, and sometimes really frustrated with each other.
Our relationship.
Really frustrated, like
what?
Over the 5 years, the ladies have expanded their reach, supplying thousands of the Gigi outfit to various parts of the country and abroad. Today, there's even World Gigi Day.
I think that there's this intangible thing where there's really a lot of love for our brand, and we don't take it for granted at all. These are the things you can't buy. Like, you can spend a lot of money marketing. If people don't accept the brand and become ambassadors, and that's what we've gotten. We've gotten customers who have been with us and become brand ambassadors for us, and they go out there and speak for us. There was a time when someone had copied the Gigi and worn it on TV, and social media was on fire because our customers were upset on our behalf. And these are things that you really can't buy. You can try and orchestrate them. The thing that we are trying to do is to learn why it works so that we can replicate it in other markets as well.
Already making a mark globally, the ladies aim to rival major international brands and make Gigi the world's next big design.
Currently, we know that Africans are not too happy wearing their own. We want to change that. Hopefully, we
patronizing products made in, let's talk for Ghana at least. It's been a journey trying to crack that thing. So we want to get to the point where when you hear that something was made here, that is quality you think of.
Yeah.
If you heard that something was made in Germany, it's become a brand. Made in Germany, it's a brand.
It's like, wow.
That's what we want to do with our clothing, to the point where when you hear made in Ghana, it's like,
yeah, I can go and buy that.
Exactly.
And it will be good.
Yeah.
5 years, and the co-founders of Wear Ghana only just started. There is just as much gold as there is granite in the country, but granite is least explored. At the North Carnish industrial area here in Accra, two brothers are finding use for these granites, turning them into cobblestones for pavements and buildings. There's nothing quite like this in Ghana, and the two brothers, Nana Osei-Aboah and Kweku Osei-Aboah, are paving the way. Nana, an engineer, came up with the idea and got his brother Kweku on board.
This was me sat in a bank dealing with people's monies and millions and all that. And we started projecting what we can do, we started talking about it, and that's where we started the R&D.
Both of them quit their jobs and got trained in making cobblestones from granites. Currently, the most popular form of paving here in Ghana is from concrete blocks. It's expensive and needs replacement every decade or less. What you may not know is that there is granite in abundance here in Ghana. Goodheart mines from multiple locations in the country, including in Sawam and Shai Hills. The granite is then brought to the factory at North Carnish, drilled and run through the stone splitting machines. But what is it about the stone that makes it ideal for pavements?
This stone is very, very abundant in Ghana. Gold mineralization is around this type of stone. Now, Ghana is the only country on this globe that has ever had gold added to its name. So if everybody knows we have gold, then automatically we have very high quality granite. But unfortunately, we've not been looking at it. So this is the opportunity I looked at, went throughout the country and realized if you go across Ghana, we have about half our landmass sitting on granite. The only industry that comes out of granite is crushing to make chippings for concrete work and for road works. So we didn't want to, quote unquote, join the bandwagon because it's very versatile.
The walkways of most European countries are paved with cobblestones and they last for decades. And there are quite some remarkable buildings made from cobblestones. The next challenge was marketing the product here in Ghana.
The journey has been very, very interesting, I must say, because we started from a point of view of you are trying to convince somebody to buy into your business, but your business doesn't exist where you are. So everything we're seeing was theoretical, videos, pictures. It wasn't hitting home as much, but one thing we realized is most people that have lived outside or lived in places where cobblestone is available caught onto it immediately. Some of them actually said, the first thing they said was, when I built my house, I looked for this material, I couldn't find it here. So these are all things that helped us and pushed us to be able to know that when we do it, we get market.
The brothers have carried out a number of projects, and the recent one being paving the Lashibi funeral home. It's been a challenging first year, and the brothers have had to invest so much in the startup.
Machines are expensive, they're unique machines, and you need certain specific things to be able to deliver this product, as you see behind us. Now, when you look at any financial model, the biggest part of it is to try and understand how your overheads will be less than what you got coming in as cash inflow. And that is what we've worked on for a few years now. We've looked at it, our pricing is strategically placed so that we can be able to cover our overheads as well as have enough to expand.
As part of plans to expand, Goodheart is seeking support from the One District, One Factory Secretariat. As Nana explains, this has the potential to create jobs and lift many out of poverty and even help in the fight against illegal mining.
90% of people in Galamsey never hold any gold. They go in to carry mud and pick up 20, 30 cedis a day. Now, if these resources are available in those towns, these towns need roads. These towns have teeming unemployed youth. We can tap into the resource which is sitting there already as the stone, add the expertise we have in the machinery, and then create jobs for the people to do jobs of paving within their towns, say communal areas, roads, market centers, lorry stations, etc.
There's also good potential for export. Aside from cobblestones, the brothers are looking into other ways of adding value to granite. What's working for them is teamwork.
We are quite passionate about what we do, and we love knowledge. I mean, I can find him at night at 3 a.m. reading stuff on stone, and I get up and say, what are you doing? And he goes, oh, we need to perfect this, and we'll sit down and do it together. So the whole drive, the whole vision, I think we share that vision so perfectly, and it works well.
And to the question of who's the boss on money and the boss on stone.
I have Queen calling, and well, she needs.
Alethea Daddy and Richard Akowa are the entrepreneurs behind Delivery Experts, a courier business they just started. Alethea pitched the idea to Richard, her longtime business partner.
I do remember calling him one morning and I said, "Hey, where are you? What do you think about delivery?" And then he said, "What about delivery?" Well, I said, "Well, I just had a parcel delivered to me, and the guy who showed up looked ridiculous. He wasn't properly dressed. Whoever was managing him was rude. And, you know, it's about time we had some professionalism in this field."
So when that idea came, I was like, oh, you know, I just sat down and then we tried to run the numbers. And I said, okay, this should be a great idea. So that's when I called her back and I said, you know, come by and let's sit down and put pen and paper together, because if we have to do this, then obviously we have to do it and do it well.
And that was the intention from the onset, to bring some more professionalism into the courier business.
So these are your charts for today. Okay. So Samson, you're doing East Legon today, the whole of East Legon. You're doing Adenta.
This is the third business Alethea and Richard are pursuing, so they are not exactly new to doing business.
So we realized that no, we have to do an in-depth research into it, do some SWOT analysis, move around, speak to a few of the delivery companies that be in the system already, see how they're doing it, speak to some of these social media clientele, food vendors. We moved to a lot of food vendors to find out what some of the challenges are with the delivery company. So we obviously realized that no, there will be challenges. We realized that this is not going to be as easy as we thought, that it's just going to be the numbers. So you know, we did a lot of research into it before we started.
That was really important. Truth is, there are so many courier businesses springing up these days, and to stay ahead, they had to understand the market and do things differently.
We have the corporate, or what we call the dedicated courier, where we give our bikes to the companies and then they pay us at the end of the month. And then we have the random ones, the one you call pick up and drop off ones also. And then we have the ones, tailor-made ones. You give us a schedule, how you want it to be done. We pick it up once a day or twice a day. We deliver it same day or the next day. So that's what we work with.
There's a huge market out there, and the two entrepreneurs are relentless, constantly pushing to have the best dispatch riders. Deliveries are made on time, and they keep clients smiling. One of the challenges any courier business faces is reaching clients in areas where there is no proper addressing system.
The worst part of it is when you have a dispatcher trying to deliver, let's say, pizza to you. And then they have their phone in their ear, they're riding, and they're asking for directions. There's noise, they keep telling you, "I can hear you, madam," and then still you're trying to take directions. So like she said, what we do really is we try to position the riders that have a fair idea of where they are going. So we have something from Agboboloshi. We're not just trying to move the next rider available. We're trying to use a rider who is quite familiar with Agboboloshi. So it makes it quite easy for him to take directions from the client.
Unlike their previous businesses, Delivery Experts is showing much promise as the number of deliveries grow by the day. More clients, you tell me, is what they need to scale up.
We're planning to expand. I mean, for now, that's what we can think of, to expand mainly in Africa. Next year, every quarter, we're planning to expand even more every quarter. In 5 years, we're just hoping to be have branches everywhere. You know, so the main focus is to expand gradually. Regions, countries, close by countries, focus is mainly on West Africa.
Alethea and Rich's immediate plan, though, is to expand their coverage outside the Greater Accra region. Pharmacists Dr. Yusuf Saka and William Kojo-Siama are in the lab today, not experimenting on drugs. They are formulating car detailing products. It's your own formula. I guess just like me, you're wondering how the two pharmacists got into this in the first place.
We love cars. Especially when cars are shiny, yes.
We've always had a passion for cars. I mean, to the point that in school, when you open our laptops, the first thing you see is a screensaver with some Mercedes-Benz or a BMW, and we can tell you what brand it is, what model it is, that kind of thing. So we've always had a passion for cars.
After uni, they got a bit curious and for their PhD research, looked into what products are used for car detailing here in Ghana.
Quickly we realized it's only fabric detergents that are used to wash cars, and we realized no, that will straight away damage your paint, and that's not acceptable. So do something better.
Yusuf and William got to work experimenting with chemicals and developing formulas that suit the climate in this part of the world.
The kind of tests we had to do, we had to first of all buy some products from the overseas market and put them, run some tests on viscosity, efficacy, and what have you. It took us 4 years, the entire duration of the PhD and more. Even to this day, we do research. We're still improving our products because our environment is quite tricky.
Next, they had to market.
Marketing was a bit difficult because, you know, marketing involves a lot of investment. So we kind of did a lot of the marketing ourselves, you know, by going to some of these retail outlets who are interested in stocking car care products, or those who are already stocking products that came from outside. So it was easier to get into those markets because already they were importing car care products. So once you get some reviews, you let them know how useful it's been to some of the people on the market already. They are quite prone to, you know, stocking some of the products. So that's where we started.
Yusuf and William take us to meet one of their customers, Eddie, a professional detailer, owner of Majesty Imperial. We get to see for ourselves the magic Auto Dazzle performs.
So you can see more. So since we started production in May 2017, we've worked with quite a number of detailers. You know, they've been very useful. I mean, they've helped with promoting the brand, obviously because of the kind of quality they get from the product.
And they have developed different formulas too: snow foam to quick shine, wheel cleanser, paint cleanser, and tire dressing. On the average, they produce about 300 bottles a week. There are plans to increase production.
We started with car products. Now, we've been approached so many times by people who want us to formulate other things. We have built a shower gel brand with 3 headlining shower gels for a company. Yesterday, we actually had a meeting with a manufacturing plant which wants us to make an industrial cleaner for them. We are currently in talks with people in the mines to do degreasers for them, and it is amazing when we think about it. We just wanted to make some shampoos to make cars shiny. Now we're looking at so many other things.
It's been 1 year of operations, and just like any startup, they faced a challenge or two, but the prospects are bright, just like the finished work.
Nice. Well, as expected, the car looks better than new.
It looks totally different from how it came in.
Yeah, Majesty Imperial at work again.
Majesty. Good job,
Well done, Majesty Imperial. Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
Ikuya Boateng and Rima Turkey have known each other since childhood and they love to cook. But it would not be until they embarked on a trip outside the country that they would discover a lucrative way of putting their skill to use.
Interesting enough, we were in New York. We're actually having fun in New York. And you know, this is something that's very common in New York. It was all over the place. And then we're thinking, you know, we've always wanted, I've loved cooking and she's an amazing cook as well. So we're thinking, you know, why can't we do something that's different? Everybody has a restaurant, so why don't we have a truck that can move and that can still provide great and amazing meals? And actually that was her idea and I was like, great, I think I can come along with that. So that's how it started.
Ikuya and Rima put resources together, got a van and kickstarted the business. The food van's first stop was at the airport city.
We had so many good feedbacks, and the workers who work there, they patronized us a lot, and we just wanted to keep it moving. Like, we wanted to spend a few months at a location, then move it.
After a few months, the food van moved to the Gimpa school, where it is receiving more and more patronage.
Hi, sweetheart. That's your jollof. Thank you. One of the things that we love so much is the fact that we care about what people eat and what people take in. We're very inclined towards making meals that are healthy because every day we cook something new, and our packaging is something that's very, let me show you, that's what we have. It's affordable, it doesn't break your bag. It's 20 cedis, you have all of this, and then this is an example of our jollof with grilled chicken. Looks very, I mean, the bowls are amazing. You can reuse them, you can microwave them, you can keep the food till maybe later in the evening when you're ready to eat, and then you can microwave it. It's very, very handy. You can reuse the bowls as well, so you are not just paying for the food, you're actually getting something extra.
Ikuya and Rima have been running the food van for a year now, and the partnership works for them.
Good thing about this is that it's crazy because most people find it hard to have a partnership without squabbles, especially when it's females involved. Well, the truth is that we have different strengths. She's very good at keeping things together and getting all of it good. I'm good at going out there and bringing things in. Marketing and all of that. So it's a very good blend.
It's not been an easy road though.
Well, people think that everything was handed to us on the silver platter.
Oh yes. You know, people actually think, oh, these girls, somebody probably gave it to them. But it's not that. We actually went out there, we bargained for everything. We went for our own space, we spoke to them.
We invested a lot of our money in it.
Yes.
It was not cheap.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, what it is that I feel like as much as you get all this backlash from people, I feel encouraged because there are people who are actually inspired by us. They're actually motivated and they see that, okay, you don't have to just sit in your corner and you don't have to be there being afraid of what people would say. You need to always move out of your comfort zone. Do things that you want to do. Try it. So what if you fail? You know, you may fail, but then you know the mistakes that you made and then you'll pick up on that and then you try again.
Lunchtime is just about ending and the girls can afford to sit a while and plan the future.
So what we have in mind for the future is that we want to have multiple food van chains all over the country. We want to be in universities, we want to be in office spaces, we want to be at events. You know, we want to have something that becomes a franchise. And
and make sure that our supply chain is expanded so that we are not limited to a very few number of people, but to have the whole nation. I mean, when you think of food, you think of food van, basically.